Get on me old booties. So today we're going to be looking at the minor CAGED system. So I would advise checking out the major CAGED system first because it's a bit easier to understand, and then moving on to this minor CAGED video. So let's get stuck in. Right, so it's all about using, the CAGED system's all about using our C, A, G, E and D shapes, spelling out the word CAGED to create 5 chords that we know well and then create movable voicings all over the neck. Now, so what we need to look at are the C minor, A minor, G minor, E minor and D minor chord voicings so that we can learn how to move them all over the neck. Now the problem with the minor CAGED system is that C minor and G minor are kind of less commonly used voicings. So let's dive straight in and check out C minor in the open position. So everyone knows the C major chord, but people aren't so familiar with the C minor voicing. So we only want the middle 4 strings, fret 3, fret 1, 0 on the G string, back to fret 1 on the B string. This would be the open C minor chord. You probably might not even have seen this voicing before. Now if we take that and turn it into a movable chord shape, it would be this. So bear with me if you're thinking, God, I'm not sure about this CAGED system, because it's going to get easier from here, okay? So that'd be our movable C minor chord shape. Let's look at A minor, because this is a chord shape that we're going to know a lot better, okay? So this is our A minor chord shape, which I'm sure you're more familiar with. Now we're going to look at the movable bar chord shape for A minor, and it would be this, which is, in this case, B is our root note, and we've got a B minor chord. I'm sure you're a bit more familiar with this chord shape, possibly. So after C and A, the next note is G, right? So C minor, A minor, G minor, spelling out the word CAGED. So everyone knows G major. Okay, G minor. We need to make sure we've got 2 fingers on the top 2 strings so that we get the D here and not the B. And then we're going to move our index finger back to play this. So you might not even be that familiar with this chord shape either. Okay, so it's quite a stretchy one. Make sure you've got 2 notes on the top here as well. So that's our open G minor chord. Now we're going to turn that into a movable bar chord. It's actually pretty much impossible to play the full voicing, so we can play 2 different things. We can either play well, there's actually 3 options. So we can play the low 4 strings like this, which is 5, 3, 2, 2. That'd be A minor in this case. We got 4 strings like this, which is 2, 2, 5, 5. Now there's no minor third in this voicing, it's just fifths. So another voicing you could play would be this with the minor third here. So you get 3 on the A string, 2, 2, 5. For the purpose of the rest of the video, I'm going to show this voicing, which is the low 4 strings, okay, and the rest of the voicings that I'm going to teach you. So after the G minor shape becomes the E minor shape. I'm sure you're more familiar with this chord shape. Okay, and then finally we've got our D minor chord shape. When we turn that into a movable bar chord, it's going to be this. Okay. So let's look at all these movable shapes. So let's look at the open shapes first. So C minor, A minor, G minor, E minor, and D minor. Now let's look at the movable chord shapes. So we've got C minor becomes this, A minor would become this, G minor would become this, E minor would become this, and D minor would become this. So, let's take the key of D minor and we're going to play all of these 5 different voicings, so all over the neck, using just the chord D minor. So our first position is going to be this. So this is our C shape. Okay, so this is our C shape D minor chord. Now after the C shape is always the A shape. So they're connected via this root note here. So this is my A minor shape, but a D minor chord. Okay. Now connect that to the next chord shape, it's going to be like this. So you need to know where your root note is on the low E string in order to find this voicing quickly. So you could also play it like this, with 7, 7, 10, 10. Now our next voicing is going to be the E minor voicing. I'm sure you're more familiar with, so these share the same root note, okay? This voicing like this, and this voicing like this. And then finally, after the E minor shape, you're going to get the D minor shape. So from here, our root note is going to be like this. So we've got our 2 frets, 2 strings. Hopefully we know this octave shape. You're going to put your index here, and you're going to play this D minor chord shape like this. Let's go through those 5 shapes again. So these are all D minor. So this is what we would call our C shape, C minor shape, A minor shape, G minor shape, E minor shape, and D minor shape. So, 5 voicings to cover the entire neck, using voicings that we're mainly familiar with in the open position. Okay, so now we're going to try the key of G minor using these 5 different chord shapes. So here's our first chord, G minor. So this is our E minor shape. So the next shape after this would be our D minor shape. So from here, this links with this root note. So D minor shape here. Okay, G minor chord. Our next G minor chord is going to be using the C minor shape, so it's going to be like this. Okay, our next G minor is going to be like this, sharing the root note here on fret 10. And then our final G minor shape is going to be here using the root note on the low E string. Let's go through those again. So, then this connects with our root note here. This actually shares 2 notes here with the next voicing. And this shares a root note on fret 10. And then this has a root note here on the low E string. So our E minor shape, our D minor shape, our C minor shape, our A minor shape, and finally our G minor shape. And as you can see, that ties our whole neck together in 5 shapes across the whole neck. Okay, so we're going to try an exercise now called the 3-chord trick. So we're going to take 3 chords in the key of A minor. So we've got A minor, D minor, and E minor. I'm going to try playing those chords in 5 positions all over the neck. So those were our first voicings in the open position. Let's check out the first set. So we've got A minor, D minor, and E minor. Okay, so that was the G minor shape, the C minor shape, and the D minor shape. Here's the next position, so you'll know some of these a bit more. A minor, D minor, and E minor. So that was the E minor shape, the D minor shape, and the C minor shape. Here's the next position. A minor, D minor, and E minor. So this was the D minor shape, the G minor shape, and the A minor shape. Here's our next position. A minor, D minor, E minor. So that was the C minor shape, the E minor shape, and the G minor shape. And then finally we're back to the open positions but up the octave. So our A minor shape, A minor, our D minor, D minor shape, and our E minor, E minor shape. So try this exercise in all different keys and using different chord progressions. If you've tried it with the major ones already, now you could try mixing major and minor chord progressions up and try and stay within the same sort of 3 or 4 frets using the different CAGED positions. Have a go, see how you get on.